Welcome to the Solemn YuGiOh channel. Today we have another unedited PWCC auctions look back, I guess. We're just checking out the latest big sales on eBay through the PWCC marketplace. We're not going to go into, the details of what that is. You have old videos on this channel. Look at them. So first of all, we have some, weirder stuff that I'm not super familiar with. Like, I have no idea how rare these are, so can't really talk about that. However, we do have Ghosts from the Past, Dark Magicians, twice, and both of them selling for 4.4k more or less. Now, what's interesting here is that there's two of them, and this card, is a modern card, and they both got 10s. So what you basically need to assume is people ripped their cases open, got Dark Magicians, and there have to have been, plenty of them in gradable state, meaning no insane scratches and so forth, for two to have already been graded, so they went Super Express or something like that, got 10s, so like high success rate, and then both of them instantly got listed. I would have to check the pop, but this makes me assume that this is actually pretty easy to grade. And I say that very cautiously because I know these had a shit ton of issues as well. We saw the Dark Magicians with those like dots in the back, like someone stabbed the cards with a pen seemingly. You also had these where they had like this black spot in their text box and so forth. Like, I'm aware of the quality control issues on this particular set, but it seems that if you didn't have the weird issue, your card being stabbed or some black ink or something like that, and you just look at a card, like you normally would, it seems that their gem rate is pretty good. With Ghost Ra, it took months for one to surface, and I don't think another one has been graded since then. Whereas here, boom, instantly two for sale just like that. So be cautious about that. Again, quality control was bad, so it's possible that the pop is going to be relatively limited for a modern card, but it's also very possible that we will see quite a bit more of these come to market. Now, if I had to bet on a modern card, I would still go for this over the 10,000 Dragon or whatever it's called, of course, because those just have the most insane gem rates, whereas here at least we had, the bad quality control, so, if I had to bet somewhere, I would still bet on this over that. But just keep that in mind, this is not a Rage of Ra kind of situation where the foil is so scratched that literally all of them are bad. Like, there's plenty of 10s to be had of this, and so it's very possible that we will see more of these being returned, and thus the price is probably lowering once that ghost hype kind of wears off. So just be cautious. You should probably, watch the pop over the coming 12 months and then make a decision. But overall, still a really cool card, by the way. Like, I really like this Art of Dark Magician, and Ghost Rares are cool. So again, for these like different languages, not too sure about a 7 of a Chaos Daedalus. Again, we're not really going to be going over that. I actually have this one at PSA myself, so that for 675. I wish mine gets a 10. Let's see. Really, maximum gold PSA 9. I don't know about this one. Did someone really... I mean, I guess you do get anime art, blue eyes, and if you want something slabbed and it looks cool, sure. Just know that the slab doesn't necessarily add a premium. It's just, displayability. It's cool for that reason. Effect Failure, BGS 9.5 for 610. I'm not sure what the raw price is right now. Regardless, I do think if you have to bet on this rarity, it's gonna be Appaloosa, IP, maybe Veiler, but yeah, I mean, I like Appaloosa. Kind of whatever here, though Dark Magician Girl is bae, but just not really this type. This is just, a cool display piece, I guess, once again. More stuff that I really don't know much about. Our Utopia. So this was the same set as 10,000 Dragon, right? Wow. That's a pretty harsh difference between this and the 10,000 Dragon, even though they should be as rare. I don't remember. Maybe this one was slightly less or slightly more. I don't know. Bada bing, bada boom. Don't really know much about any of these. A token. Wow, very cool. Let's go to page 2. And once again, I'm not editing because I don't know, it's just my unfiltered take, and this is gonna be probably a long video, not sure. So I would rather not, spend too much time on it, on the editing part that is, and that way, well, I can't say dumb shit, right? Well, I can say dumb shit, and you get to judge it. I can't edit it out. Again, a lot of modern here. Like, look at this batch. This is so odd. Like, where is all of this supply people have been so scared of? Because I don't see it. So far, everything we're seeing is modern, 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 modern. More modern, more modern, more modern. This is the oldest card we've seen so far, 2010. Wow. 2012 High Priestess. This is a pretty cool card. Like, I really like this art. I'm not talking about investability or anything like that. I feel it's maybe too new for that. I say with a maybe in my head. I don't know. This is a really nice looking card though. I might be biased there. Again, more like, okay, this is not really modern, but it's still up there. Where is all of the vintage is the question. Because everyone's, and I was also on this board. I was like, man, we're going to have this avalanche of vintage. Obviously, less of an avalanche than modern, but it's just nowhere to be found. Old cards don't exist. It's like they just don't. Oh, Japanese Gold Series. This is a really cool Crush card. Harpy Sped Dragon, 2009. Retro Pack, PSA 9 for 759. That's interesting. I always like this card. I'm a BGS 9 Lumina from Champion Pack for 290, really? I like Lightsworn, but I don't know about this one. I'm an 8.5 for 227. Oh, okay. I was confused. Okay, so far, like, no huge hitters. It seems like this batch was just, a lot of modern and then some, fine-ish cards, but no huge home runs so far. Maybe they're on later pages, or maybe the supply just doesn't exist. Let's see. Wow, a BGS2. That's very epic. I'm a Rainbow Neos BGS 9 for 152 Unlim. The thing with the Unlims from this era is that they were never reprinted as far as I'm aware. You have risks in that, but like at least you don't have the Walmart pack issue. 300 for a Dad BGS 9, but Unlim. Harpy's Feather Duster. Wow. Okay, now we have a big hitter. We have a Tournament Pack 8. Harpy's Feather Duster PSA 10 for $4,700. This is a big card. Like, you just don't see these. They just don't exist. In a 10. And it's also such a meta-relevant card. Like, this is Heavy Storm on steroids, at least back in the day. Obviously, like, right now, Heavy Storm is better than this because you can kill your own stuff and then do some crazy combos with that. But, like, back in the day, holy hell. This thing was yeeted onto the ban list. 4,700. Wow. Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to put your tournament pack sets together, getting this is gonna be tough. Obviously, Mechanical Chaser, Morphing Jar, Needleworm, people already know about these types of cards, but this is like a really, really tough one. Let's see. Some packs, some more different languages. Is this an Ultra? Oh, an Ultra. Okay, I was like, wow, this is so cheap, but it's an Ultra, it seems. Volcanic Rocket, BGS 9 First Edition, 78. Okay, so this is theft, in my opinion. I know this is, like, controversial, maybe, but secrets in GX were so goddamn hard to pull. And, like, it's not like we have Force of the Breaker boxes everywhere for cheap prices. And getting 9s is still relatively hard. Like, most GX cards, especially because you played like this Volcanic deck at one point with this and that spell, continuous spell thing that then fired them off or something like that. I don't remember the specifics, but like, this card was played, not at the highest level or whatever, as far as I remember, but like, this card, mint, is hard to get right now. It needs to have been pulled recently, or maybe someone was like an excited Volcanic collector and have kept that in their binder for this to still be in good condition. And like GX was also less printed, or at least there's less out there, let's say it that way, than a lot of these Duel Monsters boxes. So like, I don't know, like for a BGS 9, like this is less than the cost of grading right now. I know they're closed currently, but like, wow, this is cheap. I would have bid on this. I would have really bid on this. This is a really cool card. Okay, first edition PSA 9, Chaos Neos for 630. Okay, 510. Like, people love Ghosts, and obviously, like, they look amazing. There's really cool cards and so forth. But, like, people don't understand that secrets aren't really, like, that more common or anything like that. I don't know. I think this is a really cool card. Let's see. Satellite Cannon from Dark Revelation, PSA 10. Really cool card as well in the episode with this thing going to destroy. It was right after Battle City, right? Where they had to, like, was it save Kaiba? No. Holy hell, I'm missing my anime stuff. But you had Jinzo, Injection Fairy Lily, this thing. Was it the Big Five that was pretending to be Duel Monsters? Here, Dragon Master Knight, really cool fucking card. Cyber Dark Horn First Ed PSA 10 Ultimate for 710. I really like Cyber Darks, but not this much. But I really like them. First edition Asian English Ulti Wild Edge, really cool card. Special edition Dark Magician Girl 355. That's cheap. I mean, it's like only a promo, but if you want to own a Dark Magician Girl, like old print, like original, and you just want to display one, this is a really cool one. It's obviously not on MFC. It's not even close. It's not the same category. MFC First Edition Dark Magician Girl is currently basically not even at the moon. She's just chilling on Saturn or something like that. But this one, you know, this one is still here on Earth, and you can still pick her up, and she's cool. So for just casual collecting, cool display piece, like, I get it. It's a cool card. Flame Wingman, first edition PSA 9 for 1,175. I'm not really remembering where these ended previously, but I want to say this is cooling off. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know. Rampart Blaster Ultra, kind of whatever. First Ed Blackluster Soldier SDY for 400. Wow. That's a big wow. I have a feeling you could get these for way less raw. Not too long ago. Maybe even now. Or maybe the grading craze already. I don't know. Like, I can understand there being a premium on the 10s, but I would have to check what the population is actually like raw-wise to see if this is worth it. IOC First Edition BGS 9 for 710. Ooh, that's a retrace. Or it's just the same old curse as all the BGS cards on PWCC, just consistently getting slaughtered. First edition End of Anubis, BGS 9.5 for 709. Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna call it. I think this is the BGS curse on PWCC. Because this is affordable for a 9.5. Especially because it's a 9.5 with 2 10s, and the other two are 9.5. Like, this is a strong 9.5 for incredibly cheap. Okay, then we have our International Winged Dragon G4 Herp Derp. Don't really know enough about these to talk about them. 1,800 for a Slifer. I actually sold mine for less. Wow, I got a bad deal. It's fine. I think I bought it for 100, and then I graded it, got a 10, sold it for, you know, a nice multiple, let's say. Then we have first edition PSA 9 Dark Magician Girl for 3K. I think they were a bit higher before, I think I want to say. But overall, this is not too weird. Like, the higher end your card becomes, the bigger the gap between the 9s and 10s. We see this on, for example, the Ghost Rares, like Ghost Rare Stardust, Ghost Rare Black Rose. I know there's huge bids out there. Like, people saying, I will pay double 5 figures for this in a 10, and just no one showing up to sell at that. Meanwhile, the 9s are just available for a couple thousand and so forth. It's a similar story here, and you're going to see that a bit more on, you know, just the best cards. I'm not talking about even just a cool ultra from some set. I'm talking about like the cards that everyone really, really wants. The 10s of that will really disconnect from the 9s, and we're starting to see that in a variety of categories. Now, of course, this is different for price cards and stuff where the pop is so low that it doesn't even matter anyway. But in these set cards, it's going to be a big thing. 8.5 for 2K. I would have to check the condition, but overall, that's not too bad. Maybe you can cross it at one point. Revival Gem PSA 10 for an Unlim 187. Holy hell. This is a cool card though. I have one in a 10, a first edition. I really like the card because of the game with YuGiOh and Strings, was he called? Really like that card back in the day. Some Korean, okay. Ooh, a Metal Raiders first edition booster box for 9.4. So it seems like we're starting to go back into some sort of recovery. Like, note how we had our 12K at one point. Then it went back down to like 7, and then now we're going back to 9.5. And again, I'm telling you, one sale is not, you know, automatically a trend. But at least last PWCC thing, you know, everything was relatively consistently down with a few outliers. And here we're starting to see, I want to say, some type of reversal. And we also see this in Pokemon. And of course, without coincidence, we also see this in crypto. So, I mean, I want to call correlation, but you got to watch out with that. Though it does seem that these speculative assets are pretty correlated. The question is going to be, is that more of a bull trap, or is that actually like just where it's going to stabilize? I don't know. Starter deck Yugi Unlim 1200. Wow, that's wild. First edition PSA 8 for 550. I would honestly feel better with this buy than with this buy. Maybe that's controversial. I just feel like you spent like less than half for a first ed. I don't know. 10s are cool though. I'm not sure. Started at Kaiba Unlim, PSA 9, some SGC. Let's see. Some of these jump promos are coming back. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of these out there. 770 for the 10. I don't even know, man. Like in October even, you could get these at like 20 a piece all day, every day. Vendors having like stacks of 30 of these. But it's a cool card. Jinzo first edition PSA 9 still going strong. This is higher than its all-time high, I think. Is this its all-time high? Don't know. First edition PSA 8 for 790. Okay. Oh, we have our Time Wizard first edition PSA 10 for 3.2k. So once again, our all-time high for Time Wizard was 4k. Then it went down to like 2.5 last month or something like that. But that was like really shitty photos. So, you know, you can kind of argue that sale. And now we're back to like 3.2. So kind of like I was saying on this one, we're starting to see some reversal of that downwards trend, at least from the limited data we have right now. That's still interesting to see. I'm still following. My assumption was actually that we would see prices decline until the backlog of bulk submissions and like the lowest level from October and November is coming back. That was my opinion on when stuff would be returning. And so, and like recovering afterwards, right? So that's where, in my opinion, the bottom was. Purely because that's where supply would finally meet, you know, the demand and so forth. But if we like start going up now, I mean, fine by me. I only profit from that. I just didn't think that would be the case. So then we have our, though one little caveat once again, I did say, always have, there was far less speculative frenzy in Yu-Gi-Oh! Than in Pokemon and Flesh and Blood and so forth. So I do feel this market, we saw this market held way stronger. And so if we now just have a smooth recovery, overall Yu-Gi-Oh! Barely dropped. So this one is interesting. It's a first edition BGS 9.5 for 930. That's stuffed. Again, like last page, we saw a 10 go for 3.2, and now we get a 9.5 for a third. Once again, on PWCC, BGS has been getting slaughtered for months now. So sometimes you'll just get deals. Like, obviously, without certs, we can assume that this wouldn't cross to a 10. But even if you cross it to a 9, you're still like paying a third of your 10 price, which is like fine, you know, assuming the market stays around this place. And I don't know if it will, but we'll see. This just doesn't feel bad. Then we have our BCCG. Oh my god. Why does this say first edition when there's no first edition? Then we have a first edition Gate Guardian PSA 9 for 1k. Cool card, very cool card. I don't own one. I would like to own one. But, I mean, if the market never dips below this level, I will probably never own one. Because it's not cool enough for me. But I do know there's people who love this card so much. So, if the market holds this, we'll probably keep that. Holy hell, look at this. Toon Summon Skull, first edition, BGS 9.5 for $600. Meanwhile, the 10 is selling for 1,400. Is this ancient English? No, it's... Yeah, no, I didn't think so. It didn't look like that at all. So, you're telling me that the PSA 10 of Toon Summon Skull sold for like 1,400, I think 2 weeks ago. And then the BGS 9.5 is 600. Like less than half. Okay. And it's a quad 9.5. Like, nah, just nah. Again, there's deals to be had in PWCC. Maybe this is also because currently PSA doesn't let you cross. I don't know. But like, seriously, keep this in mind. PSA 9 first True Nade for 190. Okay. First edition BGS 9.5 for 1,500. It's too bad from the Surface 9. This means you probably won't cross even if they reintroduce it. That's too bad. Then we have some 9s from LOB. An 8 Curse of Dragon for 150. Okay. That's pretty low actually. First edition Celtic Guardian, PSA 9 for 700. First edition PSA 10 Dark Magician for 17,900. I saw people talking in private chat about this, but I wasn't paying attention. This is huge. Like, this is its all-time high. So once again, like, trend reversal is here currently. That's bullish as fuck, bro. First edition Dark Magician LB PSA 9 for 3k. So see this? We were just talking about this. Certain cards, the highest of the high end, the 10s are disconnecting completely from the 9s. Where previously you had your, you know, it wasn't the hard and fast rule. You know, usually you had a 3x multiplier, and then on some cards it was already bigger, like on the Ghost Rares. But we're starting to see it on more and more cards. Like, look at this. Holy hell. Holy hell. Okay, PSA 5, Exodia 610. Some 5s are clean. Like, my Crush is clean as hell. Sometimes it's just a binder ding, though. This corner doesn't look particularly clean. Oof. Yeah, it's not the cleanest card. But hey, maybe you can crack it open, put it in the binder. Or keep it like this. I personally like slabbed cards. We have an LOB first PSA 9. There's no way. It is Asian. Yeah, Asian English. Okay, Asian English. Let's see. PSA 9. It says wavy. What? Of course. Why does this say wavy? SMH. Okay. First edition, 8.5 DDS, PSA 10 DDS for 13k. That is a decline on this card. We had like a very weak one go for 12 at one point. And then we had a stronger one go for, I want to say 15, 16 or something like that. And so now we're back to 13. Let's see if this card was maybe like beat up in any way. It's not an old cert. No, like... You could argue, oh, the centering on the back is kind of off. Yeah, the centering on the back is off. But I don't know if this is within what's allowed. On the back, they are less strict, but I don't know if they can be this loose. Regardless, like that's a bit lower. Okay. PSA 9 for 4.5. Let's see what this boy looks like. Let's see. If this corner is as beat up as I think it is, I get it. But if it isn't, then I might actually prefer this PSA 9 over this 10, purely from that like odd centering. I don't know though. Okay, some other languages. Again, I'm not super home in these. Some of these Bandai cards are really cool though. Okay, and then we are back to our packs from last time. So I guess that was it. Yeah, overall, like I said, when it comes to like the best cards, there weren't that many. Like we had this page and the last one with the Time Wizard. And beyond that, almost everything has been modern and Korean and so forth. So if this is the extent of a graded population avalanche, and I don't think it is, because again, October, November is when you really had that insane craze, and that bulk level is not back yet. Like the lowest of the lowest level from October, November is not back yet. But once that is back, and we have a good look at where populations are truly, I think people are going to be surprised by how small the pop actually is on some of these cards. Not all, again, some are going to be avalanches. But a lot of these, I feel, I was actually too bearish on overall. But hey, maybe this is exactly what a bull trap feels like. We'll see. Hope you found it interesting. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Ciao.